Hi guys, how are you doing? It's Kat at spiritual-candy.com, awakening with you to the relationship you really want with today's free online tarot pick a card reading, which is on their current thoughts. So today's reading is intuitive, and remember it is general as well, so if some of the message don't resonate, just ignore them and take what does. If you do want your own personal reading, it's £20 for 20 minutes and you get your reading within 48 hours. So my goal at spiritual-candy.com is to help you to have a better relationship with yourself and with others. So for more free tools and books, please head over to spiritual-candy.com and check it out. So I hope that you're all having a really great day and that you find today's reading helpful. If you do and you want to like it, that would be brilliant. And also please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell if you enjoyed today's reading, and so that you can be notified of future messages from the guides. Okay guys, so their current thoughts. We've got 3 groups here, so let's get on with it. Hi number ones, how are you doing? So their current thoughts. Their current thoughts. Okay, if you are inquiring about someone who has been in a relationship with someone else, or is still dealing with an old relationship, or still going through, sorry, I just realised that's not even in shot. If you're dealing with someone who has gone through a recent breakup, you know, there's still another person involved, because the 3 of Swords here, we've got the 3 people, you, them and somebody else. If that's the case, then this is a really encouraging message today, because their current thoughts are about moving on. Okay, their current thoughts are that they are moving out of the darkness, out of the shadow, out of the difficulty, and into healing, clarity, more understanding. You know, they're moving into a better time. So this is really positive. You know, all of this suggests that they are having quite a lot of deep thought about how to move on. Because the 7 of Coins, sorry, I didn't really say what we've got here. 7 of Coins, 3 of Swords, 6 of Swords. They're having a lot of thoughts, because even though this is coins, it is still about contemplation. So all 3 of these cards are really to do with mind, contemplating. So they are having a lot of thoughts. They're at a crossroads. The 7 of Coins says they're at a crossroads. They're contemplating. They're sort of looking at what they've done and what's happened to them, with them in the last however long. And they're looking back over their past, maybe recent past, could be medium term past, and thinking, you know, am I really getting where I want to be? Am I really achieving what I want to achieve? What can I do to change that? Some of you will find your person does a U-turn, changes their mind, takes a different path, finally makes that decision to end this situation, you know, because there's a lot of contemplating about how to get what they really want in life. And this 6 of Swords does indicate that they will start to make that move. They will take that journey, whether it's a metaphorical one or a literal one. They'll take the journey, they'll make that move into healing, in towards the light, towards a better situation. They are looking to kind of, I don't think that it's a particularly pleasant time for them, because all of these cards are a little bit angsty. Particularly, obviously, the 3 of Swords is definitely painful, but it's a good situation in a way, because it's about removing a block and moving on and moving forwards and reevaluating how to get what they really want. Thank you so much, number ones. I'll see you tomorrow or on a private reading in the meantime. Hi number 2s, how are you doing? I hope you're great. So here we go. Their current thoughts. Okay, so we've got fertility, which is the Empress. We've got the 8 of Swords and the Star. Okay, so obviously you can see they're having a lot of thoughts. The 8 of Swords is really being trapped in the prison of your own thoughts. So they're not generally great thoughts, or if they are, it's not always that the thought, I don't feel, yeah, and they're saying no. For some of you, it's not that they're necessarily having terrible thoughts, but they're thinking so much that it's making them feel stressed or pressured or anxious, you know, so their own thoughts are binding them up and preventing them from seeing with clarity. You know, they're just not thinking clearly. That's the key here. They're not seeing straight. They're not thinking clearly because they are overthinking it. So any of you who think perhaps considering that your significant person is just kind of resting on their laurels, or they're not thinking it through, if anything, it's quite the opposite. They're thinking so much that they can't see clearly what's going on. The star says that there is an opportunity for them. I was going to say that they see an opportunity, but that I don't think that's the case. For the majority of them, it isn't. They don't see the opportunity. Or they can't see it clearly because they're being too logical, they're being too analytical, or they're just so busy with their thinking that they just haven't got a chance to see or to feel or to intuit, notice the opportunity that's around them. You know, because I definitely feel like there's an opportunity probably to do with you. There's some opportunity that will help to move them forwards towards what they want. You know, after a period of time of quite a lot of difficulty, there's an opportunity for them. And it's interesting because the fertility card, the Empress, really is very much an abundant energy and foretells of like good luck and birth in a new situation, etc. But it's interesting as well because the Empress can be a little bit diva-y. So there is a possibility here too. It depends on where and how this card is placed, in a way. But you know, they're saying with this fertility card that they have got an amazing opportunity to birth a new situation. They are in a good position. I think that they are, some of them, right, okay, they're saying your person falls into one or two groups, and you will know. One of them knows they're in a, you know, loosely, I mean, obviously it's a general reading, so understand it's not going to be exactly accurate for every single person watching group 2. But largely your people fall into one or two groups. One group know that they're abundant, know they can birth a new situation, feel very fortunate, feel very connected. If your person is female or resonates with the divine feminine, this person will feel that rising feminine, will feel that sense of kind of being more intuitive and feeling more together and feeling stronger and more empowered, you know, and she'll feel that light coming through her, you know, so she'll feel like she's really rising up into this opportunity. But there's really for some of them there's this amazing sense of opportunity, and they are aware of it. Most of them, I've got to say, this group is a smaller group. They're aware of it, but they're just so, they are more fearful. They are quite afraid. So their current thoughts are that they're very abundant, they've got a lot of opportunity, but they're afraid to move forwards. The majority of you, though, it's that they're overanalyzing so much, or they're overthinking so much, they don't see the opportunity. They could even be kind of being a little bit diva-y, or a little bit kind of bratty almost, you know, a bit sort of caught up in their own ideas about the world and their own thoughts about how things should be. So much so that they just don't see the opportunity to get what they want, which is right in front of them, because they're too busy kind of wrapped up in their own ideas about things. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So yeah, that's their current thoughts. So much love to you, number 2s. I'll see you tomorrow or on a private reading in the meantime. Hi, number 3s. How are you doing? I hope you're great. So, their current thoughts. Okay. So their current thoughts, it's interesting here because there's a lot of disruption going on for this person, okay, which explains this behaviour. So I suspect that you're here because your person is inconsistent. Your person as the Knight of Wands may seem extremely charming and very feisty and passionate, probably very confident, probably very kind of full on, but then in one regard, but then in another seems a bit ambivalent or disappears. They're inconsistent. In a way, you feel like they're so together in certain regards that they should know what they want and what they're doing, but then they seem kind of not to be able to really connect with that. And the thing with it is that they are really going through something quite difficult, quite painful. They're very anxious, they're very stressed. This could be to do with some of you, it's to do with the relationship or to do with romance in general. Some of them though, it's to do with their with it being Wands, it can be their heart and soul, but it could also be their career, their passion, their life, if you like, you know, because the Knight of Wands is still trying to find himself, still trying to find himself, still trying to establish himself, maybe trying to establish a career or a sense of status. And so when we're trying to create that external sense of approval and status and what have you, which he is, it can lead to this, which is Nine of Swords, angst, fear of judgment, feeling persecuted or humiliated or fear of it, you know, and this sense of anxiety that keeps you awake at night, or literally or metaphorically, you know, it interferes with the pattern of life, you know, this level of angst. I mean, the card does indicate, with it being a 9, that it's not that far from being resolved in a way, but I feel like because he's the Knight of Wands, or she's the Knight of Wands, this will be an ongoing kind of up and down, because they're still trying to find themselves. But their current thoughts are that, you know, that things are quite difficult. There's something quite chaotic and painful going on for them. It can be internal, so it can be in their own mind, or it can be, you know, in their actual everyday. Though it is interesting, these together, because I think, okay, they're saying for some of them, they're actually moving away from this Knight of Wands energy. So perhaps they are actually getting to a point where they have kind of settled down a little more. So if you're hoping that your Knight of Wands will, you know, move towards that Queen or King energy, a little bit more stable, a little bit more mature, that is a real possibility for some of them, because this Tower says that it's a blessing in disguise, really. There's going to be something that's really chaotic that shakes up their life. Either internal shake-up or a literal in the outside world. Whilst they will feel at the time, quite probably, that it's quite disastrous for them, or they'll feel like it's really painful or really not what they wanted, it will be a blessing in disguise. And so these two cards together, I feel like it's a blessing in disguise, because it helps them to kind of secure themselves a little, or think where they really want to go, and get a little bit more stability and a little bit more direction about what they want to do next, you know. So I think this could be really positive for them and for you. So I hope this makes sense. So much love, number 3s. I'll see you tomorrow or on a private reading in the meantime. See you soon.